Hey folks, Quilly Team here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Factorio on the experimental 0.17 branch. This episode we are working on our blue science. So last time we did go and create red circuits. I decided to go ahead and extend this, although, ooh, I just realized. What's with our copper? What? Oh, see, here's the thing. I said in like one of our first episodes, you don't need a ton of copper until you start making red circuits. And you can see now all of a sudden, are we actually just having power shortages? No, because it looked like it was running slow. This copper production is nowhere what we need anymore. We will fix that in a mo. Let's get the blue science connected, and then what we'll do is we'll improviate the copper smelting. So I went ahead and just built the sort of setup for actually building the blue science packs over here, the chemical science packs. And yeah, they need 3 inputs. So we're gonna need solid fuel, advanced circuits, those are the red circuits, and some engine units. Now, I've built 24 of these, which, right, yeah, 12 per side, 24 of these, so they're going to be producing 2 science packs per second. So, because they have a cycle time of 24 seconds, they produce 2 science packs, so we're still sort of standardizing this 2 science per second kind of thing, just, I don't know, just semi-arbitrarily, sure. So, this cycle is going to run once per second, so every second, Yeah, every second this is going to run 1 time, so we need 1 solid fuel, 3 advanced circuits, and 2 engine units per second. Now, the solid fuel is something you can produce out of any of your 3 basic oil products over here. Now, we are not yet bringing any of those oil products over onto our bus. Now, I don't think there's any reason we are going to want to get petroleum gas out here. We definitely are going to want lubricant. Insert joke here. The joke will be inserted much more easily if there is lubricant involved. I'm sorry. I'm 12 and this is funny. Boom, boom, boom. But apparently we're also going to want to run the light and or heavy oil over here for the purpose of making solid fuel. Unless, see, the thing I don't know for sure is we might not actually need those things for anything else. As such, we may just want to make the solid fuel in location over there and just go ahead and bust solid fuel, which actually I kind of suspect might be what we want to do. I think this is going to be our lubricant line that we are going to need for the more advanced inserters. Oh my god, I just realized you need lubricants for inserting. Is this game secretly dirty? Maybe it's just me. It's probably just me. Let's get some more underground pipes over here. So yeah, maybe busting solid fuel is not the dumbest thing ever. I don't know. I don't actually know what we need. Now, you can liquefy coal, or is that... No, I'm thinking of like Bob's mods and things like that. I'm like, we could take some of our coal, turn it into oil, and then turn that into solid fuel. But no, that's a different game. Grab a bunch of underground pipes over here. Do I have steel furnaces on me? 5. I think I am producing them in some sort of oddball spot. I think way over here. I think I was producing a few steel furnaces, because while I'm around here, I could go and improve the copper smelting. Grenades, we've got this. I was fairly sure there's that. I guess here's where stone and steel comes from. Maybe I was just handcrafting them, because I guess I can. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's plastic. Stone's over here. Maybe it's in the mall. It's probably that. You need a lot of bricks for this. Boom. Let's make a bunch of these. So yeah, let me just go and kick this up a notch. Partially, it would help if I just had... I guess I could still just mostly live on just one side here. So what we have to do is we have to change the center belt to red. Now that doesn't matter for the stone furnaces. However, for the steel furnaces, it does, because they produce quickly enough that you need a red to catch all their outputs. I don't know if you also need a red to provide them enough stuff, but I suspect that's probably the case. If I just do this, that's probably going to be sufficient. You're doing this. All right, okay, and then we just finish the stone furnaces. Or steel furnaces. And over here, we need this to also be a red. There we go. And what this should do, because it's splitting the red into 2 yellows, and it'll perfectly saturate the yellow, because the red is twice as fast. So there you go. So we don't have to worry about changing anything else, but now we have twice as much copper on our belt. We have a train that is out of fuel. Our crude oil train. Okay. So it tells me a couple of things. First of all, I mean, obviously, we're not feeding fuel into our crude train. Now, we do have coal going in that direction, so we could make use of that. But that might be a good sign that what we probably want to do is make some solid fuel. We are going to want lots of solid fuel for other stuff later on, for when we're doing rockets and stuff. And probably we don't want to do that on the bus. So I think I will make solid fuel in place over here by our oil refining. We can feed some of that into our train. I actually don't have a ton of coal on me, but there will be enough. I just have to make sure not to crash into my other train now. We want to make, I think, a left here. And then there's our train. Goes to a halt. Okay. Pick you up. Get in you. I'm going to fill you with fuel. But I'm going to tell you, actually go to the drop-off. So, I mean, you'll still have to do that and go all the way around, but that's okay. I want you to go to the drop-off because that's actually where I want to be. Actually, let me stop you for a second. Whoa. Because I don't have radar coverage over here. I believe. So I think I remember I was trying to look over here and I'm like, oh, I can't see anything. Yeah, there's not actually a radar here, so luckily I have one in my pocket. Okay, you can now go to the crew drop-off location. Thank you very much. I know you're empty, but that's okay. So what I'll probably do is I'm going to set up some solid fuel production by the crude drop-off. So I will get this guy to wait when he gets there. I do like this screen. So switch you to manual. Manual. And I did it at the wrong time, so you missed your intersection. Like that, and then forward. Forward. Excellent. Oh, you know what I don't have on me, though? Oh, wait, no, I don't need a pump. Okay, so for solid fuel, there's an ideal one. So it takes 20 heavy or 10 light to make a solid fuel. Since you can turn heavy into light, the light is much better. The petroleum might end up being mathematically better, but I think the light actually is. And in any case, it saves us some extra refining steps. I assume we do this in a chemical plant. Yes, we do. So I'm going to make a little chemical plant. Over here. I don't know, this might end up being like ludicrously too much, but I have no idea. You're going to be doing this, and you're going to be making solid fuel out of light. And we just have to empty you on the other side. How quickly do you run? Takes 2 seconds per. Okay, so it's not a fast process. So, yeah, having lots of these is probably okay. I mean, these aren't even going to saturate one side of a yellow, let alone a red. There we go. Get you hooked up. And you are starting to work. Excellent. We probably want to do more of this, but for now, what's going to happen is we're going to go to here. We're leaving room to expand this. And that seems lined up okay. We're going to do this and that and go underground. up a little. Grab a blue like that and like that. Put a box in here. Get you to store up to 3 stacks, which is a full load of fuel for the train. And you can have 2 different types of fuels in there. And what's interesting is, so you see the coal has a fuel value of 4. Solid fuel has a fuel value of 12. It actually has 3 times as much fuel available per unit. So this is going to keep the train going a lot longer and more consistently. We can actually maybe even close some of these off. It also gives an acceleration boost. Trains will run 20% faster while burning the solid fuel, which is kind of nifty. So now I can tell you to restart. You can go to crude drop off, but you're empty, so you'll immediately start and go to the crude pickup. So now we don't have to worry about this train running out of fuel, which is very nice. Maybe we don't actually... Here, I'm going to change this to actually just store that much. And then go back in there. That's going to be fine, because I don't think the train's going to ever show up with less than that. So we'll be okay. All right, so you're producing this stuff. And yeah, I suspect we're going to want to produce faster. We don't need that much right now. Like, we could produce more, but we really don't need to. We could do the other side as well. But yeah, I think what I'm going to do... So we got our plastic running there. I think I am going to bust the solid fuel. I don't know if it gets used for anything else. But either I have to bring, like, the light oil over. The thing is, I feel like we need light oil for flamethrower ammo? Explosives, flamethrower. Needs light and heavy and steel plates. So, wow. I'm way close to the track. That was scary. So do I bust that and then do it all in place instead of doing this? You know what? I don't have pumps on me. So let's just do this for now. Because it's such a long distance, I think we would need some pumps. This may not be the correct solution for the future. But we will see. This is a little bit annoying. Right. That's what happens when you don't leave a space. This into there. We'll need a lane balancer somewhere. I'm going to do one here. We might need one a little earlier as well. There we go. So you can use both sides of that. Luckily I have plenty of reds. And this might end up being foolish. I don't remember everything we need, because in 0.16 they changed how the science packs get produced, and I still don't have that sort of, like, groped inside my head, like, permanently. It's science packs and some of the other production lines as well, so I don't know what we're going to need, but hey, if we have any other trains here, we'll be happy to have the solid fuel. That's what I'm going to tell myself. Worst case scenario, it just costs us a few reds, and we can always change things around later on. Especially once we get bots, it's really easy to sort of do some mass redesigns of things. Okay, so our solid fuel is going to come way over here. That was a long, long job to do for something we only need 1 per second of. But yeah. Alright, so over here for the blue, we need solid fuel and advanced circuits. So we're going to bring that in as is. Kind of over here like this. The engines are going to take a little bit more work. And we'll do a little something like this. And let's see here. I'll do that way. And then you're going to go underground so that we can do this and that. Oh, no. Wrong thing. It's this bottom one. So at some point, see it right under the plastic. There we go. So that's going to come down over here. Merge up there and do one and one. Excellent. All right. So we're going to run you way down over here. And this. Like that. Actually, I'll just finish it because I'm here and that's going to be fine. Boom. And then I can wrap you around, but what I'll do here is I'll just put a little split like this, and then like this, and then like that. Okay, so now what we need is engines. Specifically, I believe we need 1 engine per second. Might be 2. 2 engines per second is what we need. Now, if let me go and clear out some of these rocks, which are probably just attacked by aliens. When they're like on the warpath, if they bump into something, they tend to attack it, even if it's just a rock in the middle of nowhere. Like sometimes they only attack it for, you know, a moment or two, and then they move on, but yeah. Aliens are dumb. I don't have a whole lot of assembly machines in my hand. Luckily, we do have it being produced somewhere. So, if I were to tell you to produce for me an engine, it takes 10 seconds to build one. And we need 2 per second? We do need 2 per second. So what we're going to need is... well, we're going to need more, clearly. And just as a... oh, hold on. No. Da-da-da-da-da. There we go. We're going to need that many. And then that's going to have to be paired up with more stuff. Pipes, iron gears, steel plates. Okay, that's fairly easy to feed in at least. I'm looking for assembling machines. Boom, that's 50 in hand. And I got pipes, I got this. I've got, we probably need some more reds here. And actually I can drop off some yellows into here. Actually, I can probably drop some yellows into there as well. Excellent, get rid of that completely. Bunch of that. We're good on everything else. Okay. And you can see like the reds, like, and it's going to be backlogged right now because we're not producing stuff, but it's still pretty, like, we still are not producing anywhere near what we need. But it is handy to do this, where you start with just like, sometimes you just make sure it's sort of flowing, so you've got your layout going, and then it's like, okay, now we need to feed more into the system. I guess I'll go ahead and do all this aspect of it for now. That's fine. Boom, 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 boom. They run, 10 seconds, so yellows are going to be fine. And then we're going to need to pick things up. And I think, again, we need 3 things here, right? Yes, we do. So we need pipes, gears, and steel plates. So in addition to these yellows, we are going to need some reds to do the long grab. Come on. Oh, I wish my hands weren't so shaky. It's funny, it's like so many games that actually doesn't bother me. Factorio, very annoying, because it takes that much longer to try to place things. All right, done, done, done. Get you to over there. Now, you don't actually need to grab many, right? Yeah, very little, so this is going to be fine. We don't have to worry about what side is which. Like, if something needs to be grabbed a lot of, you want it on the inside one so that you can use blue inserters instead of, like, yellows, because the reds are only ever going to run so fast, but that's mostly fine. What I'm going to do is something like this to give us space. I'm just going to drop steel on this. Now, that's not steel. There we go, like that. And then this. Actually, I guess you can do that. Keep things a little cleaner because you have good long reach. All right, so you're gonna get down there. Now, the next thing we're gonna need is, so this runs every 10 seconds. So every 10 seconds we need 1 gear, well, per side, yes. So we're gonna need to make 2 gears per second and 4 pipes per second, which is nothing. It's nothing. So over here, what I'm gonna do, because gears produce 2 per second already. That's it, we're done. Like here, I'll double up. And I think we get 2 pipes per cycle. Nope. So here, and this would be 2 per second. 4 per second. Okay, that should be fine. Grab you, do this. Oh shoot, I didn't leave enough room after all. For some reason, I was sure I'd left plenty. Here, just make me some power cables. And, what else can I just burn from my inventory here? Here, build me some more assembly machines. Okay. Just going to pull back. I guess all the way. Yeah, and you're full again, huh? Okay, let's call that good enough, I guess. Come down here, do this, and then one of the things I can do is just dump some inventory into these guys. All right, done there. So what we need to do is we need to bring iron. You're supposed to be that. There we go. Down over this way. I mean, technically, this would be the pattern. Like that. And then that'll be fine. This actually doesn't need very much iron. What I'll probably do, oh, we don't need this to reach all the way back because we don't actually produce that much of this stuff. And we're gonna need blues because this will run pretty quickly. We might not strictly need blues on both sides, I'm not sure. I'm gonna leave room for us to expand this a fair bit. Why is the iron not flowing? I must have missed something. The iron must flow. Oh, yeah, I missed a... there. Excellent. Split there and do that. So let's get a big old power cable over here. There, there. Do. Okay. And you run close to there. And far. You to here, and then you just need power. Let's get another big power pole over here. Just hold down, it puts them down in roughly appropriate areas. I think we probably are overlapping a bit here, but that's okay. A little overlap is fine. There, and there, a little more. And so, assuming that is vaguely correct, can I go from here to here? Oh, not quite. We should now be making our blue science, our chemical science packs. Probably have made some sort of math error that I probably turn out I'm not making something at the appropriate pace. It'll be a little hard to tell because there's a backlog of stuff. Now, I strongly suspect we don't need these guns here, but we may as well leave them for now. Oh, no, it does connect up. Excellent. So you are now starting to work very slowly. And yeah, they will grab a few extras of things. So it'll be a while before we start to see the engine's backlog here. And actually, we might not see it at all. But yeah, so let me double check here. I needed, so I have 24 of these. We need 2 engines. 24 of these, so this runs every second. Yeah, so we need 2 engines every second. Engines take 10 seconds to build. So if I have 20 of these guys, that will mean I will get 2 per second. And I do have that. And their resources are fine because that's backlogging over here, so we are overproducing the initial stuff, which is fine because it didn't cost us very much to do it, and it just made sure that I wasn't going to screw that up. So yeah, I think this is fine. It'll take a little while before we actually get all of our engines in place here. But there we are. And then blue science packs are going, so we are going to start making advanced oil processing tech very soon. We just need 75 of those packs. So 75 divided by 2 is how many seconds it should take to go and do this. It'll be a little off because these guys actually like store more than one here. So we're not using every one of these science factories instantly while this is currently running until they all accumulate, but it will get there. And I do actually have things that boost our science speed, but mostly it's a question of like the science packs haven't been distributed everywhere. Okay, let's let that brew. What I'm going to do is maybe pick up a few things. Oh, I don't need this blueprint. Let me grab some more transport belts. What we're going to do is we're going to set up for the advanced oil processing. So I'm going to grab some more of those. A few more of you. A few more of you. Inserters are mostly okay. I think I'll pick up some more yellows, though. There we are. I like keeping about 100 yellows and 100 blues. 50 reds is plenty. We could, since we have red circuits now, we could do our stack inserters, which need red circuits, but I don't really need that many, so let's dump off these yellow magazines, because we don't want to carry them. There's something else I was going to grab. Oh, I was going to grab more chemical plants, because I have some, but we actually want quite a few. We'll probably want to come back for a few more, just to finish things up, but that's okay. But yeah, you just needed reds. But we can live without you for now. What I might do is bring over like the red circuit line up here and get things ready for next episode. But the next episode after this is really going to be scaling up our circuit production, which means scaling up our copper production. Because if we want to be making red circuits like to speed, we need a lot more copper going. We still don't need to hit like stupid levels of copper production. That really comes when you start doing blue circuits. But red does certainly start to stress it out. The reason the blue circuits need so much copper is not that they need it themselves. Oh, I can't show it in here. But they need like 1 million... They consume 1 million greens and reds for each blue circuit. And that's why it adds up like crazy sauce. Advanced oil processing. What's the video at? And we'll go until this finishes here, which should happen fairly soon. And then we can get this new area set up. We got a backlog on plastic, which is to be expected for now. Because again, we don't actually have a lot of red circuit production. We don't really have anything else that's using things either. Oh shoot, that's what I forgot is pumps. If I want to be able to do mechanical logic over here, I don't suppose I have the material to make it. Ah, crapsticles. Yeah, we're gonna need some pumps. Okay, we're still working on oil processing. Hold on. We'll get this going. Oh yeah, we can start making... We got red circuits, so we can start doing some logistics logic over here. Advanced oil processing done. Next to Q... I mean, roboports will be nice. Braking force, the grids, no. We could just research the faster research speed right now. There's our advanced electronics, which unlocks our blue circuits. Oh, mining productivity. It does take a crap ton of science to do, but I'm going to queue it up now. What it does is it means you get more metal out of your mines, so they last longer. I think it translates to freebie minerals. It's not that the mines just work faster, is I think you effectively get freebie minerals from it. I think I can handcraft engines. Oh, no, it has to be made in the machine. And yeah, it has to be, it's quite slow to make. We do have engines that will just be sitting on things. I guess we've got all that engine production. Ah, damn it, I wish I'd grabbed it while I was there. This walking back and forth is, again, making me reconsider not having a car. Rocket fuel. That's 180% vehicle acceleration. That is much faster than base. Almost double the speed, in fact. We might have boxes that are storing engines up north. But I got a few here. I don't need a ton of pumps. Yeah, I should just have something making pumps. But I don't think I'm ever going to need a huge amount of them. There we go. Now I just need to pick up a few more steel plates. There we go. All right, that's going to be a good number of pumps. I have some logistic circuitry. I could actually make more. They stacked to 200, so let me go ahead and do that. Here, just, not that it matters too much, but I'll make some red and green. There's no difference between how the wires work, red and green. It just gives you 2 different wires that you can thread through the same stuff. So you can have a couple of different mechanics for different things. Maybe I should have picked up some more chemical plants while I was back here again, because I might not have as many as I want to finish, but we'll have enough for like the episode. What I'll probably do is between episodes I'll look at like increasing production of things. Like with this, we're still only running the half stack of steel, and it's still more than we need right now. But this is something else that we're going to want quite a bit more in the long run. And this is not really, we don't have enough place to set up bigger steel refinery. Well, we could if we go and landfill this lake, which wouldn't be a terrible idea. I think I threw some landfill in the box, but I do have a bunch of landfill still sitting somewhere. Fill this in. I get like 4 lines of steel refining. That'd do us pretty good, actually. So we'll see. But okay, up here. So we got the advanced processing. So what we're going to do is, well, 2 things. I don't actually have the offshore pump, because I consumed stuff. And I'm going to need an offshore pump to get water in here. So we're not going to switch this to the advanced oil processing right now, but that's okay. What I'm going to do here, so heavy into light is going to be this line. And this line over here is going to be light into petroleum to give us a lot more petroleum processing. And then what I'm going to do is, oh yeah, this does need water. So yeah, I won't be able to actually get this running until I get an offshore pump, because we need water for both this. We also want water for this thing too. So a lot of the advanced oil processing does need some water kicking around, but I'm just going to set up the logic for it and then end the episode. And then in between episodes, I'll get the offshore pump going and get all the water hooked up over here. But you'll be able to see the logic things anyway. So we're going to set up something like this, and then we're going to have undergrounds from here that connect up to our crude line over here. So crude is going to come in through here. And yeah, and you know, we'll just continue this going upwards. And it's going to do that. But what I want to do actually, let me change this slightly. I suppose I could put the logic down here. Yeah, it's all right. So I'm going to grab a pump, of which we now have many. So when this is powered, what it's going to do is it's going to pump liquid up there, and it keeps it under pressure and everything, which is quite good. But it can be logicked. So what we can do, assuming this will all reach, I can grab some logistics wires, connect the crude, the light, and then that to that. And then I believe what I can do is say something like, if the heavy oil is greater than the light oil, then pump. So right now, 24K, 23K. Yeah, so this should be working. It might not be quite visible right now because, yeah, there you go. You can see the animation just starts as I plug these in. So it is currently pumping. So while we have more heavy, I think I was saying crude, more heavy than light, we will convert heavy into light. Like so. And then for these, it'll probably be something like, so I can wire more things here. We'll also have petroleum on here. And you need to be offset slightly. Let's figure out what the mapping is going to look like here. So you're going to come through here, down to here. There we go, like that. And again, you need to be powered. We're in the logistics, pole to pole so that it's there, but then plug it in there as well. And so here the logic's going to be, while our light oil is greater than our petroleum, then run. So this should be running right now because we have no petroleum, we have lots of light. So if we go and just put down a little pipe segment right here, you should see the pump run, and you do. Just for a second. Again, it runs for a scooch. Runs for a scooch more, just filling in these things, but you can see this. So it is indeed running. So while we have petroleum around, while we have light oil around and we don't have enough petroleum, we will run that. Now, it counts just based on the thing it's connected to, and right now it's just connected to a single container. So it's going to compare one single container to another single container. So if you have like many, many containers and things are averaged out, like, hang on. Right, let's say I only had one of these petroleum gas things. It's still just going to compare the number of petroleum in this one over here. So in practice, I won't have that much petroleum, which is actually kind of sort of what we want to look at. Like that means we can extend these out, and everything will still mostly work to keep things going. It'll make sure that there's nothing full. Like any situation where the heavy oil is full would stop this from producing, and it actually is the case. The heavy oil is full. So these guys, so what we want to do is we want to, because there's nothing could have more than a full one, so this is going to run unless the light is also full. So it'll keep this going and balance it pretty good, except we need water, which means I need to make an offshore pump. So we'll do that, and then, yeah, this is just going to run all the time, which is going to be fine, making us some lubricant, of which we have tons stored up over here, which should be okay. Plastics are good. So yeah, we'll put a cut in here. I'll go and get an offshore pump, and I'll set this all up to actually get the water flowing in here. But this should give us a ton more petroleum gas production, which right now is fine. We're not using that much, but we will use tons of petroleum gas. So we'll be happy to have this. So yeah, in practice, I feel like you don't need that many true refineries, but you need a lot of this cracking setup because you really want to convert the heavy and the light to something you're going to use much more often. Although changing this to advanced is going to help a lot. So again, what we're going to be doing over here, right? If I do this. This is going to be changed over to the advanced oil products. It needs water and crude. If I try to do this, it's going to complain that it can't mix fluid because this crude pipe over here is not being very helpful. So this is all going to be changed up by me in between episodes thusly. There we go. So I just have to get the water connected. Folks, thanks for watching. Oh, I need some more undergrounds too. So I'm clearly making a trip back. Thanks for watching another episode, and I'm going to see you guys next time after this is all hooked up. Bye-bye.